Hi guys. So continuing on the goal of making readings shorter and more concise, I have a question today that I've had for a while, and I think everybody probably has too. It is, why does Michael Avenatti have all this information, or how does he get all this information, and also why? Of course, we are all very thankful that he exists, okay? And I joke that his name is Haranati, because he's very attractive, right? So, so essentially, that's just a question. How does he get all this information, and how? Right? Oops, no. Sort of like how does he get all this information, and why? Okay, why does he get this information? It doesn't make sense. Not that it doesn't make sense, but it seems like he has access to information that's very valuable to us, but it's not clear how he gets it or why. So that's the question. Okay, and by the way, happy Mother's Day. I know by the time most of you get this video, it will be after Mother's Day, but I know that probably you guys on Patreon are still celebrating. I went with my mom and my stepdad to this really nice tea house. So we had a kind of like English, well, it wasn't exactly English, but it was tea at like 4:30 or something. So it was nice. I hope you've had a good Mother's Day. So anyway, just going back to the question, guys. That's the question I have, really. How does he get, why does he get all this information, and how? Well, how does Michael Hatnati Avenatti get this access to all this information? How and why? Okay, so that's it. Now let's look. I am going to lower the screen as I've been doing. Okay, so we can all look at that. And if there's anything like kind of like amazing, all right, I'm gonna bring back up so we could talk about it. Okay, so interesting. This is sun, so it's success and looking into something. Judgment, negative judgment. Hangman. Okay, interesting. So looking at judgment, and there's nothing he can do about it, or the judgment is decided. Okay, let's see. It doesn't tell us much about why or how. Okay. Gentlemen, I think this is him. Money. Older man. Okay. Let's see here. Let me put. Yeah, I see another card here on top. Okay, loss. Money loss. Okay. Anyway, another one. Birds conversation. Okay, so then we have here. Let's see what the papers say. I'm gonna pull out the cards, guys, before I start talking too much. Okay, so essentially, I think here it's saying this. I wonder if this is him, but it's like conversations, loss or stress, gentlemen. Meetings again. This goes well with this card, okay? And then prison, okay? Big hope, big water, makes sense. Oh, I don't know, guys. This was like not a coincidence, but sort of like I thought I was not supposed to pull an extra card, but I did. Let's just leave it here. And then the Italian cards, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so guys, I'm trying to see here where you see. Okay, I think you can see everything. So this here would be exposure or something. And here we have gentlemen, and then we have meetings. These meetings here, this card and this card here, these two are kind of somewhat related. This one is about meetings, and you can see when I think of meetings, I always think of business meetings. But there's a man and a woman here, kind of a getting together. This would be also similar in Romance languages. The reunion means a meeting. Okay, it doesn't mean an actual reunion where you're seeing somebody you haven't seen in a while. So at the same, the connotation is quite similar. All right, so essentially, um, for some reason, I feel like, okay, let me just say what the cards say. This is a card of stress, corruption, or loss, and this is conversations. And by the way, guys, I've said before, this is also a card of bots because it's birds, and if you think of Twitter, it's all Twitter, the symbol of Twitter is birds, so it's just chatter. Okay, so it's still not telling me exactly how, or I understand how, but why and how, but seems to have a lot of information. Okay, so negative, this is a talks about meetings. So there's conversations about these meetings. Okay, and I wonder if it's like rumor mill or something where he knows because other lawyers also know and they're trying to get money from him and they haven't been able to, something like that. Okay. So then we have your negative judgment. Exposure of negative judgment puts this is like hangman. So here we have negative judgment about money. Person is guilty and there's a joylessness. Okay, or the woman, here we have a woman who's upset about it. So this meeting left this woman upset. Okay, and then we have here hanged man, meaning he can't do anything. Who can't do anything about it? Dotard. He's the older man here. So the older man can't do anything about it. There is the big hope, big water, and women. I think women, this could be Stormy, but also women in general. There's hope for women, and there's a pleasant letter. Maybe some sort of settlement, something like that. Now, it's still not clear to me how he gets this information, okay, or why. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so I see that maybe the strategy here is to talk about, maybe to create some sort of stress, but also to share the information he learned, or maybe that Stormy learned through these meetings, because she feels like she didn't get enough and he is guilty in some way, which is true, right? Of having threatened her and stuff. So I think obviously it looks like he wins in the end. There's a situation that Trump can't escape from. And it's both the fact that Stormy is in a good position, but also that the blue wave comes. Okay, but I still, let me just ask more for more cards. Okay, so, and by the way, guys, I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while. When I do it, but not superficially. So let me close my eyes. Okay, so let's see here. Like this. Let me see here. So spirits, what is going on? What is up with Michael Avenatti? How does he get this information on and why? Who? So I feel like he's working on this case. Okay, he's very aggressive. He knows he can win the case easily with Stormy. So I feel like he is on the receiving end of a lot of damaging information because there's a lot of people who obviously want to take Trump down for different reasons. So people understand how strong he is and that he's a very tough guy. So they want him to win. So people start sending him a lot of information. Okay, so he receives, it's almost like he's a journalist. Okay, you know how like journalists receive anonymous information, like he gets the same. And the reason, how does he share, I don't quite understand, guys, but I want to know, how does he share this information that seems very secretive or difficult? Oh, because it's saying, just like journalists, when lawyers are working on complicated big cases, they share sometimes things with journalists. And that's what they're doing with him. Because he's also involved in a case, in a way, what he's doing is legitimate because he is talking on behalf It's a strategy that makes him win in general. It's almost like journalists can expose the truth, but lawyers like him can actually use the truth as a weapon. And that is why he's the recipient of so much good information. Okay, I think some of the information that he receives actually is anonymous, or that he doesn't know people directly. I mean, it can't be anonymous because I don't know exactly how it works, but what I'm saying is that it's not like he knows someone or he goes after this. It's like people know and they give him information. Okay, so, and it's possible even that people involved in these cases against Trump, even, I don't know, I don't see anybody from special counsel, but maybe the lawyers, people who are on the outside of this are wanting him to talk, because in a way, because he's not the media, it's almost like he has more credibility, and he is really truly scary to Trump. Okay, so that's how he gets quote unquote leaks. Okay, all right. So it's funny. Because I see him like receiving stuff. People, I feel like they send it to his email, his whatever law firm. I don't know. It's like there's more there. Okay. So, so that's that. I feel like he knows. Yeah, like I said, I think he knows he's gonna win, this case. But his role has expanded in a way because it's like he was able to kind of use a technique that worked here. Okay, so let's see what happens to him. I'm gonna put this aside here. So what happens to him next? Because guys, I'm honestly like kind of worried about. I worry about him sometimes. I'm like, dude, you're like dealing with all these like quasi criminal entities. Like, aren't you worried? But just see what happens to him next. Okay, him and like the fact his habit of revelations and stuff like that. What's going to happen to him? I just worry that like people could try to attack him or something. What happens to him? Okay, and is he helping Mueller? Like tell us about him in the Mueller investigation if there's any relationship here. Okay, what happens next? Let me just try to think here. Yeah, let me ask this part though. Does he have any relationship to the Mueller investigation? Okay, behind the scenes. Let's just ask that. I don't know exactly, but let's see. It's gonna be kind of interesting. Okay, interesting. This is guys turning the world upside down, factions, asserting himself. Okay, so this is the action. When this card is like this, I think when it's upright like this, I think it's like something happens to you and you can't, you're not in the position to stop it. It's like your world is shaken. But this card upside down comes up a lot for it used to come more in the beginning for people like, I remember Steve Bannon, people who are creating the chaos, and even Trump. They do this. But so I feel like this card now came for him, which is like he wants to burn the building down. He wants to create chaos for them and the faction. So he's like, this is again what happens after this card, Five of Wands. What happens after the faction? This is the competition. But when it's upside down like this, it means it's like separating the waters or creating factions, okay, and asserting himself. So it's like, this makes sense in terms of like his hyper competitive persona, right? He wants to create this like shakeup so that he can win. Like he wants to like create a split and assert himself in that way. Okay, so all right. Okay, let's continue now. I just wanted to talk about this because it's kind of a big card. When the Tower comes up, it's a big deal. Okay, professional reputation, deal, offers. Okay, so let's see what else, and then we'll talk. Marriage card, okay. Worry. Main person. I think this could be Stormy, okay? So let's see here. Yeah, sad news. Success in love. Yeah, so I feel like here's Stormy with, she had the sad news about Trump and stuff. So, what else? Oh, the talent cards here. Okay, so composizione, didn't want to know. Let's see here about this worry. Interesting. So guys, okay, essentially, This is interesting. Okay, so I don't think, honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with the Mueller investigation, not from this, but it's telling me a bit more about his his tactics. So here, this is the card of professional reputation. Ring is a deal. Bouquet is an offer or an invitation. So I think essentially Trump crossed him and did not give Stormy what she wanted. Okay, so here's a deal. Okay, so creating chaos, using increasing his creating chaos is helping his professional reputation. This is a card again of a deal that the conversation didn't go well. So I think essentially he may have gone after them, Trump or Michael Cohen or whatever, and they didn't give him what he wanted. So he's like, really? I'm gonna go after you, bitch. So here's like, this is a war. So because I saw this card as his thoughts is like a man who's worried. Okay, so I wanted to know more. Who's this man? Is that him or who is this person? So I pulled another card. It's grief and adversity. I'm like, okay, well, the person is worried. Who more? So this is a person in the house. I'm thinking White House. Okay, so then we have here next to this we have this woman. I think this is Stormy. He wants us to assert himself here. Okay, to get a better deal. This is an offer, right? Some sort of like better offer for her. This is a means for him to get a better offer for her. And then we have here, sad news, right? Sad news, it's like she didn't get what she wanted first. And so this is a deal. Okay, so he wants to get something better deal for her. And unexpected, this is the Belvedere upside down. This is something expected, unexpected. And so I think here what it's, and this is like the law, letterato, I think that's him. Okay, so, and also the law on his side. So essentially, what he's doing, like I said, this question here, the question I had was, does Michael Avenatti have any sort of relationship with Mueller? The answer is no. There's no relationship here with the Mueller investigation. What exists here, what happens is almost like a perfect storm where he wanted to shake things up because he felt like she didn't get her due. And he knew that she could get better things. And he knew that he was good. He's like, I feel like he knows that he's good at creating this like masculine kind of, he's very aggressive. So he can create this stuff. He's not afraid, clearly, okay, of anybody. So I feel like he created this situation because, again, he had a conversation with Michael Cohen and he was like rebuffed or things didn't go well. So Trump is worried, right? There's grief and adversity in the White House here, but he was able to use the similar technique that Trump does, and Trump wasn't expecting it. Okay, so then he's acting in this manner because he wanted a better deal for her. Okay, and this is like the Italian cards here explain. You see this like this upside down. Conversation didn't go well. They weren't expecting it. I think Michael Cohen and Trump that this guy would come. This would happen the way it did. So it was kind of like a shock, but I think it was like a perfect match. It's almost like I'm getting the sense that he's like the perfect weatherman in terms of legal weatherman. Like he knows he could tell that this was the right timing, the right circumstance. So that's how, okay? All right, and then I wanted to know. Yeah, so we answered the question about whether it is connected to the Mueller investigation. The answer is no. And then, okay, next we have what happens to him after, what, I'm trying to think here, like, yeah, what happened, I'm trying to think okay, maybe this is the thing. So, okay, guys, maybe this is how the best way to phrase it. By the time this is over, what will Avenatti have accomplished against Trump? Like, what will, this is a great question, guys, I'm excited just to ask. What will Cheeto suffer at the hands of Avenatti? So what will be the effect of the Hurricane Avenatti on Trump, okay, when this is over? Because guys, I think, honestly, it's fair to say that he's like single-handedly like taking him down in some way, right? He's the only person who so far has been able to like kind of like really convincing and like really convincingly do this. So anyway, so like um so anyway, so like he was able to do this very convincingly. So anyway, so let's see when this is over, what will Avenatti have accomplished, okay, against Trump? Look, guys, so great. Victory. This is the victory card, public victory. Bad news for Trump. He takes money, takes Trump's money, some of money, his money or money. Oh, look, this is like romantic life. Ends like the sex stuff ends him. Uh-oh, through secrets. So there's more secrets that are gonna come out about his love life. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, look, people in high honors are going to change. Their fortunes are going to change essentially. The great happiness is a card of fortune, okay? And we have here law upside down. The losses, okay? This is like a person dealing with losses. He's gonna cause losses to Trump. Oh my God, guys, again, this is amazing. Guys, this is a card of the man. The Constanza is like something continues to happen. Upside down, it's like this. It means I think he's gonna make Trump leave. I hope so. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope so. Let's see what else. Oh my God. Gran Signore upside down is gonna expose that Trump is a fake. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, guys, this is amazing. I love it. So thank you. Pray for Avenatti. Okay. So guys, what the question was, what does he accomplish? Here is the card of public victory. The sex life or love life of people in high power, they lose. Or the man in high power loses. This is the king, right? So here, bad news, an ending, a lot of change, and he leaves. Could be Trump, guys. Again, this card has come up before for Trump leaving like this. Money upside down, problems with money, the secrets of his fortune are exposed. Okay, so yeah, he accomplishes a lot. I feel like he's like, can you imagine, guys? I feel like, don't you think? I mean, you could say obviously it was Stormy because without her, he would not be employed by her and stuff. But at the same time, like he's just like, he's like a genius. I mean, right? Like think about like he's like the most famous lawyer of all time. And in a way, this is like so we're done, guys, right? We're done. That was it. Like we saw it. Okay, so you can argue that Avenatti actually rehabilitated so many lawyers. Like I think before the Trump administration, lawyers had a terrible reputation. Many of them, I think, even for me, I'm like, I didn't think much of. I mean, it's not that I care about lawyers, but I knew collectively that we didn't think very highly. Most people think, oh, lawyers are corrupt or whatever in some way or other. But I think this rehabilitated like it showed the importance of good lawyers and the actual law. So anyway, so yeah, he's going to accomplish a lot. So I'm going to stop here. Okay, bye.